Hello, students. Welcome to the explanation of the last lesson. In the previous explanation, we have seen that Franz, the narrator of the story, while on his way to the school, saw that there was huge crowd at the town hall, and also he saw that there was great silence in the school. There wasn't any bustle or commotion. He also saw his teacher, Monsieur Hamel, in Sunday clothes, that is, in special dress. And he was wondering as to why the village people were sitting on the back benches. When Monsieur Hamel has said that there was an order from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine, and this was their last French lesson, he could understand why the whole atmosphere was solemn, that is, sad. But these words struck Franz like a thunderclap. He was very sad because he hasn't learned any French at all, and he is about to miss his teacher, Monsieur Hamel. However, Monsieur Hamel said that Franz need not feel sad and need not be blamed. It is his parents and Monsieur Hamel himself who has to be blamed for Franz not learning French. Now let us continue with today's explanation. Then from one thing to another, Monsieur Hamel went on to talk of the French language, saying that it was the most beautiful language in the world and the clearest, the most logical, that we must guard it among us and never forget it. So he was saying that French language is the most beautiful language in the world and the clearest and the most logical language, and they must safeguard French language and never forget it. Why is he saying so? Because when people are enslaved, as long as they hold fast to their language, it is as if they had the key to their prison. It means now Germans have occupied France and French people are enslaved, but they can come out from this slavery if at all they are attached to the language and they learn their language, that is French language. Then he opened a grammar and read us our lesson. I was amazed to see how well I understood it. All he said seemed so easy, so easy. I think too that I had never listened so carefully and that he had never explained everything with so much patience. So now the last lesson seemed very easy to Franz. He thought he never understood it so well, and he also thought that his teacher has never taught it with so much patience. It seemed almost as if the poor man wanted to give us all he knew before going away and put it all into our heads at one stroke. Franz was thinking that his teacher, who is giving his last French lesson, thought of giving all the knowledge to them in just one stroke, that is, at once. After the grammar, we had a lesson in writing. That day, Monsieur Hamel had new copies for us, written in a beautiful round hand. France, Alsace, France, Alsace. So these were the words which were written in the copies which was given by Monsieur Hamel to them in order to write. They looked like little flags floating everywhere in the schoolroom, hung from the rod at the top of our desks. You ought to have seen how everyone set to work and how quiet it was. The only sound was the scratching of the pens over the paper. Once some beetles flew in, but nobody paid any attention to them, not even the littlest ones, who worked right on tracing their fish hooks as if that was French too. So everyone was concentrating on their lessons, as well as they were in complete concentration in writing in the notebooks given by Monsieur Hamel, and there was no deviation or no deviation even when beetles, that is the insects which have come over there. And we could see here that the littlest ones are referred to as the pigeons. The pigeons which were on the roof cooed very low, and I thought to myself, will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? So there were some pigeons on the roof, and Franz was thinking, if the Germans will force the pigeons also to learn German, what does it say? Will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? So what does it say? It says that the Germans can enslave the French people, but they cannot compel them to learn German, and they cannot have any authority over their feelings. As they cannot compel the pigeons to go in German, in the same way the Germans cannot compel the French people to learn German. That is what it means. Will they make them sing in German, even the pigeons? Whenever I looked up from my writing, I saw Monsieur Hamel sitting motionless in his chair and gazing first at one thing, then at another, as if he wanted to fix in his mind just how everything looked in that little schoolroom. So when Franz was looking at Monsieur Hamel, he saw that Monsieur Hamel was gazing at one thing and another thing, gazing at everything in the classroom. Why is it that so? Because that was his last day. He has served them and the France for 40 years. And now, one fine day, he has to leave the school and his teachings. So this is what Franz was thinking. Fancy, for 40 years he had been there in the same place. Fancy. What does fancy mean? Fancy here means just imagine. Just imagine, for 40 years he had been there in the same place with his garden outside the window and his class in front of him. Just like that. Only the desks and benches had been worn smooth. The walnut trees in the garden were taller, and the hopvine that he had planted himself twined about the windows to the roof. How it must have broken his heart to leave it all, poor man. So Franz was saying, just imagine how someone who has served for 40 years and someone who loves French and France so much is forced to leave the school. It must have broken his heart to leave it all, poor man. To hear his sister moving about in the room above, packing their trunks, for they must leave the country next day. So his sister, who is packing things over there, over the room above, and because they have to leave the next day. We have seen the character in the minor characters at the time of referring to characters of the story about the sister of Monsieur Hamel, who helps Monsieur Hamel in packing out the things. But he had the courage to hear every lesson to the very last. After the writing, we had a lesson in history, and then the babies chanted their ba baby bo boo. These are all French words. Down there at the back of the room, Old Hauser had put on his spectacles and holding his primer in both hands, spelled the letters with them. So even old Hauser, along with the children who are sitting in the class, read or chanted the grammar words ba, be, bi, bo, boo. You could see that he too was crying. His voice trembled with emotion, and it was so funny to hear him that we all wanted to laugh and cry. So it was very funny when old Hauser was chanting the French words, and it was very emotional as well as funny at the same time. They wanted to laugh and cry at the same time. How well I remember it, that last lesson. So this is how the last lesson has ended in the classroom. All at once the church clock struck 12. Then Angelus, at the same moment the trumpets of the Prussians, returning from drill, sounded under our windows. So when the clock struck 12, the Prussians have come in order to take the school into their charge, and at the same time Angelus means the prayer bells in the church, that is called as Angelus. So even the prayer bells in the church, even the sound of the prayer bells in the church was heard. The clock struck at 12, the trumpets of the Prussians was heard, who were returning from their drill. Monsieur Hamel stood up, very pale in his chair. Monsieur Hamel stood up and he was very pale. I never saw him look so tall. France never saw Monsieur Hamel look so tall. Look so tall here means look so confident. My friends, said he, I, but something choked him and he could not go on. He thought of saying some words, Monsieur Hamel, but he couldn't say. Then what did he do? Then he turned to the blackboard, took a piece of chalk, and bearing on with all his might, he wrote as large as he could. And Monsieur Hamel has taken a chalk and he started writing on the blackboard in very as large as he could. What did he write? Vive la France, which means long live France. Then he stopped and leaned his head against the wall, and without a word, he made a gesture to us with his hand. School is dismissed. You may go. So these were the last words of Monsieur Hamel. So as we have seen, we have seen at the time of explanation of the presentation of the lesson, what is the moral of the lesson? The moral of the lesson is one should safeguard their language and one should safeguard their culture. When one safeguards the language and the culture of their country, then one cannot be in slavery forever. This was the message what the author wants to give us.